And United States Representative Virginia Foxx and Mike Gallagher recently sending a letter to UC Berkeley expressing grave concerns over the university's ties to the Chinese Communist regime. To explore her concerns, we sat down with Congresswoman Virginia Foxx earlier today. Congresswoman Virginia Foxx, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Steve, for having me.
Of course, Congresswoman, you've actually co-written a letter with your colleague, Chairman Mike Gallagher of the CCP Select Committee, to the president of UC Berkeley. You're concerned about the cooperation between the university and Tsinghua University in China. Tell us what's behind this letter.
Well, we know that the Chinese Communist Party is doing everything it can to infiltrate academic institutions in the United States. And so there's cooperation going on between Berkeley and the university in China. Money's coming in from China to host what's happening in Berkeley, and we want some answers. Berkeley is not reporting the millions of dollars that it's getting from China for this institute, and we're demanding answers on what's going on. We're very concerned that there could be infiltration from the Chinese Communist Party getting technology and secrets from us that they can then in turn use against the United States.
I mean, I think the key thing here that gets my attention is the infiltration. In the letter you state, the CCP abuses seemingly innocuous research collaborations to advance the PRC science and technology goals at the expense of the United States. These so-called innocuous initiatives, I think that's kind of the main concern.
It is, and again, it may look like it's innocent or innocuous, but we just don't know what kind of information they're gathering, how they might use that in technology, how they might use that again against the United States. They have hired Berkeley faculty to work on these projects as well as having Chinese work on the projects. And we just want to know. It's important that there be transparency and always the American people understand how institutions that we support so heavily, like Berkeley, with taxpayer dollars, how those dollars are being used, and to make sure they're not going to be used against us.
So, I mean, it sounds like this clearly stretches beyond UC Berkeley. You have situations with other universities. So are there steps that you think Congress can take to prevent this from happening?
Well, we have a law already in place. It's Section 117, the Higher Education Act, which says that the universities must report to Congress any money that's coming in, $250,000 or more. That is one way for us to have some monitor on what is happening. So that's number one. We start there, and then we go further. If money's coming in, how is it being used, and what potential nefarious uses is that money being put to?
Do you expect that Berkeley is going to comply with your letter, and do you get a sense that your letter is putting other universities on notice?
Well, we always hope that the universities will respond. If they don't in a timely fashion, we'll go back to them, and then we'll pursue getting answers every way that we possibly can. And yes, we certainly hope other universities will pay attention. Now, under the Trump administration, Section 117 was tightened up in the sense that we went to the universities and demanded that they report money that had been given to them. And they did that. Unfortunately, the Biden administration is doing nothing to force the universities to make these reports. So it's up to Congress to do our oversight responsibilities and get them to report. It's really something the Department of Education should be doing, but when the executive branch fails to do its job, then Congress has the ability and it has the responsibility to follow up.